The following trailer is rated S for spoilers, because we're trying to save you $60, or $70 if you spring for the Precious Edition, which gives you 6 additional emotes that feature some of Gollum's gestures and sayings. Please just let us spoil this for you. From the company named after the Greek myth guy who made wax wings for his son, comes another ill-fated exercise in hubris, as Daedalic Entertainment turns their back on the point-and-click games they're known for, and attempts to make an action-adventure based on a notoriously difficult IP. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
After all, why not?
The Lord of the Rings, Gollum. Enter the well-trodden world of Middle-earth and find out what happened between The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings, from the only perspective that really matters. A worm-gobbling cave pervert who can't seem to shut the f*** up.
Give it to us, raw and wriggling.
Okay, look, this guy was alright in like small doses, but listening to him tell me how to platform during 8 hours of stealth missions, yeah, some filthy little hobbitses out there didn't think this one through.
It's a long jump again, my precious. Come.
Marvel at the 2000s movie tie-in level graphics, which are obviously hideous, and which will bug out with anything weaker than a $1,600 graphics card. I mean, come on guys, at least when Jedi Survivor crashed it looked nice doing it. Experience some of the most immersive gameplay to date, because playing this will literally feel like being tortured in a prison camp. And enjoy the peak of video game escapism, as Gollum spends half the game doing manual labor, then prance around like the pretty gymnast you are, as you climb obvious walls, hang on ledges, and traverse the pube-covered mountainside, to eventually do some extremely sloppy stealth, crouching in bushes, throwing rocks, and choking out any helmet-free orc you can find, only to wind up back in your cell every time. Don't worry though, thanks to the frame narrative, we know Gollum eventually makes it out, just to wind up in a totally different jail cell, where you have to do even more stealth missions. But hey, at least you got to hear Gollum make funny noises whenever he falls to his death. Am I sure I want to continue from the last checkpoint? Game, you should not be asking me to second guess this decision. Most people aren't getting paid to torture themselves playing this. Force Gollum's warring personalities to work together, as you decide whether to hand the reins to his shoulder angel or his shoulder devil.
No, not them. Not the wraiths.
No. He's got a point.
In a mechanic that can only be described as gamifying the DSM-5, which is actually pretty innovative, because no one's ever come up with a mechanic where you have to gaslight yourself.
Make him give their bread to us.
Then get your 2 personalities in line just long enough to get friend-zoned Hunchback of Notre Dame style, as the pretty lady you almost killed winds up picking the handsome dude instead of your Dobby-looking ass. But at least you still have this hideous bird to keep you company. Unless you're one of the monsters who decided to kill at the end. Who are we kidding? No one made it that far. So hide your jewelry, put on your best helmet, and get ready to waste $60 entire on a game that could be charitably described as half-finished. But we're not feeling nice enough, because we had to play it in order to write this. So sorry, writers. I cannot wait for this guy to die in a fire. Starring Andy Serkisant, Wannabe and McKellen, Dead Bath & Beyond, Neck Brace,
Zug Zug.
Mean Girls, Mel Block Tango, She Not As Hot as Shadow of War, IBS, Mouth BS, and the ugliest f***ing bird I've ever seen. The Lord of the Rings PS2 edition, coming soon to Radio Shack. I mean, who even came up with this thing? It's kind of like they picked the most annoying character from a popular IP and decided to make a game out of the stuff that was just too boring for the movie. They might as well have made it about Jar Jar Binks getting elected to the Senate. Comment below on what you want to hear in my epic voice, and check out these other epic gaming videos on GameSpot. The town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
Master betrayed us.
You trying to bring in armor ability in here, boy? My boy, this peace is what all true warriors strive for. A radio. What's going on with that radio?